It's time for the Power Hour. We are back. Power Hour's back.
Took long enough.
And I'm sorry I cut your woo off. I didn't know you.
Well,
yeah. I was too quick on the trigger finger. Thank you for joining us for one of the best shows in entertainment pop culture talk, not just movie talk, pop culture talk. And that's something that at the top, the main topic I was thinking about, I was like, let's come back with a vengeance. Let's take over the YouTube, Bruce. Let's take over X because we're on streaming on X as well.
Are we trying this again?
What? I am on X. I'm paying for premium now. I'm on X too.
Oh.
Okay. So I wanted to talk about the reason I said I turned it back on John Campy and Grace Randolph.
Uh-oh, here we go.
I turned it back on them because
I had no knowledge of this.
And I hear a lot of our frequent panelists consistently say this. Is there fatigue? Why is it the box office doing this? Why is it the box office doing that? And my initial thoughts, and then we're going to get to your, Bruce, is we had it good. It's not dead. It's not going anywhere. To stay relevant, you got to change with the times. It's never going to be like it was, where every movie makes a lot of money. There's going to be standouts. There's going to be great quality. And I saw the same clickbait stuff with Grace Randolph and John Campia, and I love her movie math, but it's so hyperbolic and baloney about like, oh, is the superhero bubble burst? No, it's not burst.
Obviously, you didn't see my thumbnail for later tonight.
No, I did not see. Did you do the same thing? I did not see the thumbnail.
It's Venom with Tom Hardy crying.
Okay.
With
that's what John Campy did too.
And really?
Yes.
And I threw in somebody going.
Yeah. So basically, here's my thoughts, and I can't wait to hear your Bruce's. But we have to evolve. We have to evolve, and this not only goes for movie talk. This goes for YouTubers as well. Stop complaining. Get with the times. What are the younger generations doing? You know what I did? I didn't want to do TikTok. I didn't want to do shorts. But you know what? Shorts help your channel. There's so much competition for your eyes and your views. Now, we don't want to insult the audience and say, shorts are only for those that have low attention spans. That's true too.
Wow.
But there's just so much competition for your viewers. There's so much entertainment out there. We have more entertainment than you could have ever imagined when we were growing up. And why do things fail? It's just not fresh enough. And honestly, the movie companies are not entitled to the audiences and the consumers' money. You have to bring something new. You have to bring something fresh. My wife has checked out superhero movies. Is she completely fatigued? I think if there's something interesting and new, she might come back and watch something. Is Venom something interesting or new, or is it something more of the same? Joe loved Venom 3, said it's the best of the three, but honestly, does it go anywhere? Does the Venom franchise go anywhere? Does the Sonyverse franchise go anywhere? That's probably why it failed.
I'm just going to push back on that. Not everything needs to go somewhere, please, because
there
was a time when movies that you didn't know if they were getting a sequel,
right?
If that franchise was continuing,
right. And you
just watched the movie for the pure joy of entertainment.
That's
I think that is lost on the current moviegoers because what's next? Where's this going? Who's this? Where's this? What's the next rumor? But just accept what's in front of you and deal with it and just enjoy it.
Yeah, but I believe I'm more in tune with the general audiences, and
Well,
they
you
want
are
something
very
fresh.
a basic bitch. So
I am a basic bitch.
yes.
They want something fresh. Oh, Brian has movie talk fatigue.
Who?
Brian, you have panelist fatigue. You're tired of hearing the panelists.
Who's this Brian person?
Hey, Brian, wish you the best.
I don't know anybody named Brian.
I'm eagerly anticipating next week, Brian. We'll see what
Who's
happens.
Brian?
Brian's my brother. It's my
Who
brother.
is this guy? I don't know who he is. I haven't seen him in like weeks.
Okay.
Just
Well, he
saying.
has movie talk fatigue. But
Well, can I
here's
say
a
hello
little-
to the audience before we go on? Let me say hi to the audience.
I'm gonna go-
Hey, Daniel Barry, what's going on? Max one, but Max, who cares about what other YouTubers think? This is why social media is the way it is today. Hello, Sean Hickman. Hello, Brian of Disappearance. Beltray. Hello, boys. Mama Bear.
Hey, Mama Bear.
I don't know. He's just
Hello,
the guy. Now
lady.
you can.
I'm gonna
continue.
start. Hello, ladies. But there's no.
No,
It's
it's like
just
this.
Mama Bear.
Hello, ladies.
Oh wow.
There we go. Like
That's
that. You
the-
gotta,
that's-
you
yeah,
gotta
all
put,
right.
you gotta put the
Okay.
bass from your chest up. Hello, ladies.
Hello, lady. I sound creepy. Hello, ladies. We lost viewers. Okay.
we lost three
my
viewers.
other thoughts are there's this constant battle, and this movie talk doesn't have to die. Movie talk doesn't have to be boring. It doesn't have to die. It just has to evolve. It should be more entertainment talk. There should be more retro. You know, the reason I bring this up is John Campia and Grace Randolph have both stalled in subs. Their existing fan base is just a fan base, and their live streams are what keep their channels afloat, which is great. They have support. But they're not growing. Movie talk isn't growing. The industry is not really exponentially growing. It's basically trying to keep the customers it has, and every once in a while, a bright spot, a movie does really good.
To be fair to them, they started out with movie talk and talking about movies, entertainment, blah blah blah. It's hard once your channel starts a certain way to pivot to other subjects. Their bases don't want to see it. I've seen that at Renovision. They don't want to see toys. They don't want to see video games. They had Pete had to make a separate channel with his toys. So
you have to weave it in and make it exciting. Yes, you could do a separate channel.
Yes.
You could do a separate channel, but I'm embracing pop culture. I'm embracing retro, and I personally can't function with separating my content to different channels. I'd have 5 different channels.
You're different. I love you, Max, but you're not consistent enough to do multiple things in your channel.
I do multiple things on my channel. You see how that goes.
Bullshit.
No, don't restart.
Get out of bed.
Pick a time. I got to restart. Okay, but I want to get back to the movie industry and where it's at.
Yes.
People keep whining like, oh, what's wrong? Why is it what are you doing, laptop? Okay, hold on. I got to pick a timer. It's gonna restart on me. Tomorrow. Schedule restart. Leave me alone, laptop.
King's Portal. I gotta go to work soon. Movie talk is generally all the same nowadays. People just pick a pundit and stick with them. I.e., I've been following the schmoes since 2012. Zeke, oh no.
Well, I want to wake up movie fans and movie pundits too. Do you think you're different than the other industries? Look at print media. Look at the record industry. Look at even the video game industry. The video game industry has had to rapidly change to be where it's at. Movies had it easy for a long time.
Well, the video games has just evolved into what movie talk has been for the last couple years. We hate everything, blah, blah, blah. This sucks, blah, blah, blah. I want something new, blah, blah, blah. Give me something new. They get something new, blah, blah, blah. Sucks. Sums it up.
Well, my point is that the industry, if it really wants to get new consumers, if we want movie talk to grow too, the industry has to adapt. It has to change. You have to realize where you are. I do personally. I would love movies to get back to where they were and the 90s, the late 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the early 2010s, I just don't think it's going to be there. I think we're going to have the franchise movies. You're going to have some bright spots. You're going to have the Nolan movies that are always going to do big. You're going to, you're going to have those, but I don't believe we are ever getting back to where there's like movies every single week get massive, massive weekends. It's just going to be isolated movies and bright spots. Just like the record, just like the musicians. Do you know how many do you know how much more prolific the music industry was in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s?
Well, I think the problem, I think a lot of the box office or a lot of these movies is due to all of these movies have a straight white male lead in them. So many movies have failed that had straight white male leads in the last couple of years. Mission Impossible, Indiana Jones, Venom, Joker, Full Ado. So,
okay, well,
maybe you should diversify the leads more. Maybe people
listen,
will show up.
I'm all for diversity, and you're not far off from what I'm saying. I think you're taking an angle that I wouldn't necessarily take, but I would
like
say
my angle.
I would say one thing to go along with what you're saying. It's got to feel fresh. And sometimes just the regular white male is not fresh. Or
And also,
it's got to
people
be
don't have,
interesting. It's got to be fresh. That's it.
and people have put too much stock in what other people say about movies, and instead of going for themselves and checking it out, they'd rather sit at home, read a spoiler, read a couple of opinions, and then bitch about it for a week or two.
Well, I don't have a problem with the bitching. I think what the change. Listen, you're on the internet, Bruce. The bitching is not going to stop. What can you change? What can you change? You can't
Who I have
change
on my panels.
No. Well, yeah, you could do that too. But what can you actually change? And this goes for the viewers and everyone watching on the replay. What can you change? You can change how you react. Don't let people are going to complain. People are going to, if you stop reacting, the complaining is going to go down, 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 down a little bit. Maybe not, but don't get affected by complaining. Realize that the best movie ever, someone's going to rant about it, complain it to get attention on the internet. Someone, this is social media and Yelp. Someone's going to complain about something, and that's honestly what people are going to listen to. I've gone Keanu Reeves. I'm like, whatever you say, bro. I just don't care when people complain about stuff. That's where I am right now. But honestly,
are we complaining now about
using the debates? Debates are good for movie talk too. I don't want to stray away from that either. Go ahead, Bruce.
No, are we doing the same thing? We're complaining about Grace and John Campia right now.
Yeah. Sorry,
okay.
I'm not
hypocritical.
I am examining. I wanted to take the opportunity to examine what I'm doing, what I really think of the industry. I'm not going to harp on Grace and John. I wish them the best. I want Grace to get to 1 million subs. Honestly, Grace Randolph, you should be doing shorts. All she does is live streams the clips out. She's focused on live streams now. She would be at 1 million subs if she did shorts. She should grow. She should be growing. We all should be growing.
I'm growing as I sit here.
Well, that's because I'm on the panel.
Oh, please.
But she's, the top should be raising all ships. We should all be getting bigger. We should all, but it's stale. It just can't blame the comic book bubble burst again and again and again. Or why aren't things the way they used to be?
Well, it's hilarious because you get good movies and then people
got to feel fresh and something new.
People tie a good movie to box office for some reason. I don't understand it. You would think people have stock in these movies. You would think they have stock in these companies. You don't.
Well,
stop taking it personal when something doesn't reach a certain number in the box office. If you enjoyed the movie or film or whatever, that should be enough.
At the same point, there is, and I love my pal Joe. He said, "You can't take away the movie from me if it didn't get box office." I want to cover the failures of box office too, and how it affects people that work in the industry. It is causing people to lose jobs. Now, they cannot take the movie
What
away from
evidence
you
of
if you
this do
like
you
it.
have? What evidence of this do you have? What numbers?
Star Wars, The
What?
Acolyte, they were ready to go for season 2.
They were
Because the
not.
lack of,
Season
yes, they
2 wasn't even
were.
greenlit, man.
Yes,
Stop.
they
Stop
were
with this.
working
This
on it.
narrative about Alkalite is not greenlit for season 2. She
Oh my
she
God.
did what every other director did.
This is
Put
what's
stuff in there just in case they got a season
this
2.
is what's
But it was
great.
never
This is what's
greenlit.
great.
Stop.
That's what's great about the Power Hour. We have really two
I'm throwing
opposing
in the
opinions.
towel.
I have two opposing opinions here. I think you, respectfully, Bruce, I think you're completely wrong. Even if they did not greenlight a season 2, this was supposed to be a flagship series for Disney Plus.
What'd you get that from?
The way it was very heavily one of the highest promoted Star Wars shows on Disney
Every
Plus.
character died on the show. Where were they going with this?
It was over budget and it didn't succeed, even though I loved it. And those people that worked on the show are out of a job. Amanda Sternberg should still have a job. She was great. OSHA. She was great.
You don't know
So
what plans they have for her, do you? Were you sitting in the boardroom?
They brought in Plagueis. Are you telling me they didn't have plans to do something else?
No.
Well, then that's another issue. Then if they didn't have plans, I think they did have plans. Okay. All right. Let's see what Chris has to say. Chris,
Who's Chris?
I won't lie. I'm sick of
is that
talk.
Hoppy? Hoppy?
I'm sick of movie talk because it's no longer about movie talk. We never talk about movies anymore. We talk about budgets and directors and accuracy. It's dog shirt these days. I understand you, Chris, but this stuff interests me too. I like to talk about what happens in the show. I like to talk about the behind the scenes. I like to talk about the failures, even for shows I love. I want Acolyte season 2 to happen. This is all important for the industry.
This is why I do reactions to shows and movies, because people have to understand that numbers do not matter. I don't care about box office. I'm going to watch the shittiest movie that people hate, and if I enjoy it, I enjoy it. I still love Morbius. I don't care what anybody says.
Mm-hmm. No, I enjoyed Morbius, but it was not a success, and the people working on the project are probably looking for other
success.
Yeah, I do. Yes,
why?
I want the industry to grow and succeed.
Does this affect your 401k?
If it's stagnant,
is your retirement fund going to
I want movies to be innovative. I want entertainment to be innovative and grow the audience instead of just milk the audience that's already there. Are you tired of just seeing your subscription to these services just raise every year because they can't get new audience? This is what we do. They raise the ticket prices at the movie theater because they're not reaching. They probably would do it anyway, to be honest, but they're not reaching new audiences. They're not bringing in new. For a healthy environment, for James Gunn to even succeed with DC Studios, you have to do something new.
How do we come back to James Gunn?
Because I think he will succeed. He's got to do, and you know what? He is trying something new. He's trying something live action, animation, video games, all there. Comics, it's all there. So I do not think the status quo is good enough. I am hard on the industry because I want it to succeed. I want all those people that have student loans, the people that actually suffer when something fails.
The student loans that were just forgiven. Oh, sorry.
Were they?
Yeah, a lot of them were.
I didn't know that.
Oh, you should check if you have any student loans. It might have been forgiven. I know a lot of people that got emails in the last couple of months.
Speculation is not movie. It's all movie news. Don't. I would say to you, Cal, don't limit movie news either. Rumors, speculation, it's all there. Now, when a show,
I think the problem is a lot of I had somebody make a critique on my channel.
Yeah.
That if you're gonna have a discussion about topics and you want the audience to be engaged, you should have interesting guests and guests that seem disinterested in the topics, not be disinterested in the topics. I was like, oh,
okay.
Because you have people on panels and then they go left, right, and you're talking about a certain subject, and they don't have any passion talking about it, and it just seems boring. I can understand that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think, we should all challenge ourselves to really examine what we're talking about instead of just, I think we should be more engaged with the topics for sure. Let me see. Speculate. Don't limit speculation if that's a you problem, not a me problem. I mean, speculation is great. If it gets your hopes up, put yourself in check. This speculation, rumors help the industry be 24/7. I'm just saying where I think that movie talk is failing is not talking more pop culture, not just including movies and TV shows, and then wanting something that isn't there anymore. They don't realize where they're at. We're not getting back to where the movie industry was 10 years ago.
I
It's
think the
just
movie
changed.
industry will be just fine.
Yes, I didn't say it wouldn't be fine. I said it has
You
to
sound like
adapt.
this doom and gloom
No,
over here.
I did not say that. I said it won't be as prolific as it once was, where lots of movies are succeeding. I think you're going to have the occasional bright spots, just like it's been the last few years. There's not as many movies that are being released in the theaters as there used to be. Remember the 90s, the early 2000s? There was movies, boom, 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 boom. It's changed. Be happy you're still getting movies.
You know what's changed from the 90s? Social media.
Yes.
That's
entertainment.
A big difference.
Entertainment has adapted. There's more guarding everyone's attention. There's more screens everywhere. It's got to be something special to get you in the theater, and it's not going to be where it once was. Just like the music industry is not going to be where it once was. Do you still get Beyonce? Do you still get Taylor Swift? Do you still get some rock songs? Yes.
Who are these names you're speaking of? I have no idea.
But you don't have, like in the 90s when MTV actually played music videos. You don't get as many artists as there once was. There's not.
Look, music videos really doesn't move the needle when it comes to selling music anymore.
Yeah, I just think we got to realize, just like print media. This is like
pissing Cal off.
I think I love you, Cal, but I think
Thank
people
you.
that are pining for the old days of movies are just like the people that like print media. Print media is great. I love getting a physical magazine. Guess what? Most video game magazines are out of print. Most other magazines are out of print. There's very few left. And you got to realize where you're at. You got to adapt. You got to change. It's not going to erase completely. You still can read articles and stories, but you got to search for it. It's not the same. And that's the way I think the movie, unless there's something that revitalizes the theatrical experience, which I do think James Cameron could. Maybe they do 3D where it's really amazing. I don't think people like the 3D though. I think the majority of the things that's been working at the movie theater lately has just been IMAX. IMAX has been really delivering something that you can't really replicate at home. You could try, you get the IMAX on Disney Plus, but it's still not the same. There's something really great about an IMAX experience at the theater. Oh, Degrassi's calling me out. Tired of people pining for the old days while you pine for the old days. I celebrate the old days, and then I realize where I'm at, Degrassi. There's a difference.
Huh.
My tape hunters, I collect the old days. I collect the retro. I still watch new movies. I don't expect movies to be where they were before. I realize they're different. That's all. I realize the industry has changed. There's still great movies. I'm going to get my AMC A-list back.
It sounds like I'm still gonna yelling from your lawn at the sky right now.
I'm still gonna go to the movie theater, but I also realize where it's at, and that's why I embrace everything. I embrace all entertainment I could get, and appreciate anything I get. Movies, streaming shows, and I love me some retro. I don't impose the retro onto today's current age. It's changed. There's lots of things to compete with your dollar. You're not going to get as many releases for movies right now.
I don't know, Max.
Okay. Well, that was my main thoughts on the topic. Do you have final thoughts on this, Bruce, before we could go into something else? Because there is, Listen, go ahead. Yeah.
As there are tons of great movies out there. You just have to look and find them.
Yeah.
You don't have everything. Doesn't have to be a superhero movie. Doesn't have to be a big budget movie. There are tons of great movies on all the streaming services if you look. So
Yes.
And if you don't have money for, you have money for 10,000 subscription video subscriptions, you have money to go to the theater. So stop complaining, stop bitching, go see a movie.
Yeah, I do think that even though inflation and everything is a factor, I think if it's good stuff, people are going to go regardless of how, because people want to escape, especially from politics. Enough said there. Enough said there.
We're not doing it. We're not
No,
doing it.
I know.
We're not going back.
I didn't say Degrassi's trying to call me out. Degrassi, you could be a guest on the Power Hour if you'd like. But he's saying you just said it would be great if it was like the night. I said it's not going to be like the 90s again. It's not. The environment has changed, and so have consumers. The younger consumers, the younger generations drive these big companies to make decisions. What the younger generations do, not what I do. I'm over 40. Not what the young.
I notice.
Yes, you know this. But the younger generations are what things are catered towards, and their habits are different than ours. You don't have the Joes in the younger generations. Not many of them, at least. You don't have those. You don't have the Bruces or the Maxes or the Degrassis that go see all these movies. You don't.
Yep.
They're competing with video games. Dungeons and Dragons is more popular than ever. You got iPhones. You got
Dungeons
social media.
Dragons.
Yeah,
Where'd you get that from?
I don't know. I just threw something else out there.
The most popular thing is card games right now. Magic the Gathering. People
no, the Dungeons and Dragons is more popular than it's ever been.
Get out of here.
And you know what? Why is that, Bruce? Because it adapted and changed. Now, some of the biggest YouTubers ever are the ones that play Dungeons and Dragons, Critical Role, and then they make their own spin. They make series based on their plot lines. They make animation based on their plot lines. And that's why Dungeons and Dragons is bigger than ever. It's adapted and changed. It's embraced the new audience. It's reaching the younger audiences. Dungeons and Dragons, the movie, though, not so much. But playing it and embracing the culture of Dungeons and Dragons.
No, Dungeons and Dragons was a good movie. People just didn't go watch it.
I like the movie, but to be fair, it was like old movies, which would have done great in the 90s. This movie, if it was released in the
90s again,
if Dungeons and Dragons was released in the 90s, early 2000s, it would have made a lot of money. But it doesn't have anything new in it.
You can't say it would made a lot of money. You can't go back and.
I'm guessing it's a type of movie that would have done really well in a different time.
Okay.
Let me see. Isaac wants to know, has anyone seen Venom: The Last Dance yet? No, I was going to get my AMC A-list, but I got to go on my PC and fix it because there's some issues there. The Grossi says, I had a TV, VCR, phone, and video games in the 80s. Still went to the show every weekend. It was a different time. It was different. It was a different generation, Degrassi. There's still, that's a lot of entertainment there too. But there's still more now. There's still more. That's what I think.
And pirate, and there's a lot of pirating of movies that hit the theaters now.
I do think pirating has been so socially accepted that it is affecting.
Yeah, it is.
It is affecting the industry, but to overly focus on that would be a mistake too. You got to draw on new people. You got to draw on willing customers.
Oh, how are you going to draw on new people if they're all freaking streaming it at home illegally?
You still got to bring something special because the special stuff they don't want to pirate. You can't, the pirate, they special stuff they want to see in IMAX. If you do an IMAX experience, that is the best solution to people pirating.
And
are you going to watch a messed up version of the new Christopher Nolan movie? Or are you going to see it in IMAX with great sound?
People do both.
Wow.
It's like going forward, I don't want to hear this excuse about everything's so expensive. We are back to pre-pandemic inflation times. Inflation's going down, so there are no excuses. I agree with the Degrassi. No excuses.
I don't know about that.
What do you mean you don't know
I
about
think if
that?
if it's good into entertainment, people are still going to go, but I think there's still room to complain about the prices. The inflation rate has gone down, but there's still things to complain about there, I think.
Oh wow, I'm complaining because I'm complaining about going to the movies as I look at my $1,200 iPhone, play with
That's
my
true.
$300 AirPods, and I pay for 35 subscription services. Yes, real argument for movie theater tickets are too expensive.
Mm-hmm. Degrassi says, "Was it cheap though? Was the minimum wage and what was the minimum wage in 1985?"
Well, it depends on
I don't know.
what
I think same as it is
$5,
now.
$3, no, 375. I think
When did they raise the minimum wage last?
Well, only in good states they've raised the minimum wage. Just saying.
Okay. Strange, Doctor Strange is here. Hey, Doctor Strange, I gotta have you on the show soon. Talk about some Marvel theories on probably the mic drop. Me and Voltaire would like to have you. Inflation going down. The inflation rate has gone down, DL, but I'm
Inflation is
sure
going down.
real world
Just look at
BS
all the
with wars is going to bring the gas
just look at
prices
the
up.
financial analysts on CSNBC, and they will tell you inflation has gone down. And you can go outside and look and see inflation is going down. Gas prices are low.
Okay. Well, Samir brings up a great comment here, and I want to give my final thoughts on piracy. I'm not judging anyone if you need to do what you need to do, but I do think it's impacting the industry, just like it impacted the record industry. And I think okay, let me read his comment, and then I'll get a response. We'll get yours, Bruce. The biggest pirate site only has 5,000 downloads for Venom: Last Dance. I don't think piracy is bad as it used to be. I completely disagree, Samir. You're checking one site, but the ultimate answer to piracy is an experience you can't download. And that's what I'm saying. IMAX, something new, something fresh. You have to get people to want to pay. You can't expect consumers to just hand over their money. And I don't think Venom, I see a lot of people pirating Venom because it's just more the same.
And a lot of people don't download movies because you can get caught that way unless you have a VPN. I'm not saying that's right. Don't do that. But there are services out there that streams these movies, so it doesn't count as a download.
Mm-hmm.
Cody.
Do you think Wicked and Gladiator 2 are going to make money at the box office? I hope Wicked does. I think I would put money on Gladiator 2, but I've been wrong before. No. I thought Joker 2 was...
Wicked's going to sell to the top of the box office. That's my prediction.
I hope so. Amazing. Ariana Grande is very talented.
I'm going to go see it.
And so is the other actress. The minimum wage was $1985 was $3.35. You're right, Degrassi. I agree with you. It's price gouging. That's companies are too. They know what people are paying, and the same amount of consumers buy the same amount of things. And they just are gouging their cash cows.
And the other actress. And the other actress starring in Wicked is Cynthia Erivo. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that incorrectly. How much was minimum wage in 85? $3.35. Jeez. Yes, minimum wage in New York is $16 an hour. Just saying.
Let me see. All right, let me get bald women or sexy. What?
Yes, because the actress is bald.
Okay, thank you for your comments, Kevin. We are purposefully steering away from politics because it doesn't help anything. Hey, El Necron, where are you? It's the Power Hour. Yes, I do want to cover this because this is great news too.
I was sleeping, so I didn't get a chance to reach out to anyone. I'm sorry about that.
I would have. I didn't know. I should have.
Okay. You should have.
So the Wayans brothers are back for Scary Movie 6. This is excellent news. The horror is very popular again. Horror has always been popular, but horror is the only thing consistent.
Scary Movie's not horror. What are you talking about?
No, I didn't
That's
say
not
it
horror.
was. I didn't say it was, Bruce. I said it's a spoof of the genre is a good thing. DL says no.
Get out of
Why?
here. Get out of
Why,
here,
DL?
DL.
They're even talking about the actress that was fired from Scream 6 or 7 or whatever they're on. She wants to join Scary Movie for a funny joke.
This was Scoop. I mean, not Scoop. This was told to my panel and my audience a few weeks ago. Was it last week? By Degrassi. Thank you, Degrassi, for being. Degrassi confirmed again. That's 2 times in the last week.
Okay. I guess Degrassi was right again. All right.
Of course, Degrassi's right. He's more right than wrong.
Just like me. All right, so the Wayne brothers are back for Scary Movie 6. The Wayne brothers, Marlon Wayans, Sean Wayans, and Keenan Ivory Wayans are coming back for Scary Movie 6. 11 years have gone by since released a new entry.
And they've been crappy since, too.
And you know what? It's a good amount of time, and I think we're ready for the spoof genre to come back as well. Is it going to be as prolific as it once was? I don't think so. But I think where the scary movies just kept going over and over and over again, they pump it out sequels. I think enough time has passed that this is going to feel fresh enough. There's going to be a lot to spoof, and I think this is going to do well. I don't think it's going to do amazing numbers, but I think you're going to get a couple of these. There's just so much material to spoof out there right now.
Well, they were a lot funnier than the people that were writing the 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Okay. The first 3 were good, and then after that, Dog Shirt. Not another Alien movie. Feeling Fresh. Iron Boy Wonder is what is boring is clickbait misleading information. Are you talking about YouTube in general, or my stream or our streams? Because I titled it. Was it? I didn't see that one. Okay. All right. What are your thoughts on the Scary Movie franchise coming? I actually found them on VHS recently, the past 6 months for like really cheap, $1. Mm-hmm. I found one for 10 cents. So I have the first 3 Scary Movies on VHS. I just need to check. I checked them out again. I haven't watched them in years.
Yeah, I have a special love for Scary Movie 1 and 2. I didn't like 3, I didn't like 4, I didn't like 5, but I will watch anything they put out because we want more content. We're going to get more content.
I think it's not a new idea. It just feels fresh because of the lack of parody movies lately. You know? And I think we need to have more fun again. You know, I'm ready for it.
Yeah, and I would
make
love to
spoofs fun again. Make spoofs.
I want to see Regina Hall back on the big screen in a Scary Movie.
So
the character Brenda.
Kevin says I'm excited. Marlon Lane's Screen movie franchise. They will make money at the box office. I think so. I think Ellen Necron says they're entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Oh really, Senior Nerd? This has something to do with Weinstein? I didn't know that. Oh, it was Miramax.
Yeah,
I think Miramax did own Scary Movie. So this is another great thing about Harvey Butthead Weinstein rotting in jail is that some of the franchises he owned, just like what was the Kevin Smith movie Dogma. And now I forgot that Scary Movie was a Miramax release. His brother took the Scary Movies from the Wayne brothers. So that's another great thing that they got it back because that was one of after Living Keller was one of the wasn't their project from Wayne's brothers.
What did you say? What was that?
In Living Keller.
Keller.
In Living Keller was a Wayne's
Keller
was one of the first Wayne's brothers projects, right? So other than that, Scary Movie was one of their most successful IPs. So I'm very happy. I like the Wayne's brothers. I think sometimes they phone it in. Like I honestly, I see white chicks all the time. at the on when I'm on tape hunting, and I pass it by every time. Like, I don't really plan to revisit that movie. That was like, maybe, is that a hidden gem? White Chicks? No, I don't think so. But I'm very happy I got their IP back, and I cannot wait for them to spoof some current horror movies. It's a perfect time to do it. If they are going to do it, I will end with this before we get to the actual quote from the Wayans brothers, and then get Bruce's take. But if you're going to bring back this series, is now the right time. I say absolutely hell yes. Is now the right time, Bruce. If you're going to try
never
this
a
again.
right or wrong time to bring something back, just do it.
I think it's the right time. Because so many horror movies are doing good. So many new franchises. You know, what are they going to do with Art the Clown? Art the Clown, listen, one of my best shorts right now is Art the Clown, animatronic, and Spirit Halloween. People love Art the Clown. Everyone tells me I can't handle the Terrifier series. But if you spoof Art the Clown and Scary Movie 6, it's going to be great. Okay, let me get to the quotes here, and then we'll get to. I think you're going to share something in the back.
Yeah.
So Glickman provided the following statement: "We're thrilled to reunite Scary Movie with the Wayans brothers, the brilliant creators behind the movie beloved franchise. The timing is perfect." That's what I just said. To bring back the series.
Article?
No, I did not. You know I didn't. You know I don't.
Yeah, sure.
The timing is perfect to bring back the series to the big screen. We're lucky to have Keenan, Marlon, and Sean's unique comedic vision bringing it to the audiences around the world. The Wayans brothers added, "We couldn't be more excited to be part of the new Scary Movie and work with each other again. This is a franchise we created more than 20 years ago. We remember people laughing in the aisles and hope to see that happen again. We look forward to working with Jonathan Glickman and his team at the new Miramax to bring these laughs to theaters where they belong. It's a double reunion." And then this is his Instagram post. Marlon Wayans put on Instagram. That's great. Remember the ghost face that's high? That he's laughing his butt off there in that picture? That's great. See, why, DL? Why are you going there? No, just leave it be. No more. What does it hurt you, DL? If they make it, you don't have to watch it. I'm excited for it. Why not? The spoof. Okay, spoof movies.
DL just being DL.
Let's be devil's advocate, or DL advocate.
Who?
The DL advocate. The DL advocate, and just say why. Why does DL feel this way?
I'm replacing DL on my panels with Ashley. Just saying.
Okay. Because spoof movies, there have been some notoriously bad spoof movies. But if you're thinking about some of the best, you're thinking about some of the first scary movies. Some of the spoof movies that really got into the pop culture was the first few scary movies. You know, there's this Naked Gun, Airplane, but scary movie franchise, yes, there's been some rough ones.
Oh, speaking of scary movies,
it deserves to be up there.
Max couldn't handle Sinister this weekend. Just saying.
I fell asleep.
Whatever.
It was really good.
It was scared shitless.
And I canceled a stream. I apologize. I didn't, Meet the Spartans, I heard, was bad. I've never seen it. New Hot Shots in development. New Airplane is in development. So they're going to beat this with a dead horse too, though. I don't. Now, I'm not against them making a new Hot Shot.
Not another teen movie was great. Not another teen movie was great.
Yeah, I'm not saying don't make a new Hot Shots. I just don't know how it's going to work at current age.
I'll be right back.
It's gonna. I don't know. Charlie Sheen, and I don't know how that's going to work. Okay, Meet the Spartans. Hates scary movie. That's fine. He doesn't have to like it. People like it. No more spoof movies. Do not watch Terrifier. Terrifier is disturbing. Wrong Turn was a wrong turn. All right, let me see what else I have here until Bruce gets back, because I know he wanted to cover something. Let's see on Joe Blow here. I was also on X. This is interesting. Oh, first, we should give we
right, I'm
should
back.
celebrate. We should celebrate the life. We'll get to your thing next, right after this, and then I have one more topic after you, what you're sharing. But we should celebrate the life of Teri Garr.
Yes.
I think is. She was great. I remember her from Young Frankenstein, Mr. Mom. She was in a lot of classic movies. Teri Garr, the stunning actress of films like Tootsie, Mr. Mom, Young Frankenstein, more, passed away at 79. We're sad
Rest
to
in
report that
peace.
Teri, yes, rest in peace. Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
That was one of my favorite movies as a kid. I love that movie so much.
They go into what she had.
Star Trek.
I don't really want to cover what she had. It's very sad, but let's celebrate the life of Teri Garr and go check out some of her classics. For one, I probably am going to watch Young Frankenstein. I have that on VHS. I would like to find Mr. Mom. I love that movie. I love Michael Keaton.
Let me promote tonight's show before we move on. Tonight, we will be doing a final horror tier list. First, we started out with supernatural tier list 2 weeks ago. We did slasher movies last week, and this week we're going to tier list Scream Queens.
Ooh.
Everyone from Jamie Lee Curtis to Mia Goth. So,
oh wow,
tune in. Max will be there because he owes me a favor. Oh, I got a new member. Look at this.
Congrats.
Ashley Jackson became a new member.
Ashley. Awesome, Ashley. Really cool. Really cool.
And next up, I know people have loved fan castings. Some artist did a Halloween costume and went all out. Would you like to see her as Starfire? Megan Thee Stallion.
I want to see Megan Thee Stallion as everything. Woo!
Look at these pictures.
I've never been so excited since I watched She-Hulk.
These are better effects than the DCUE had.
Yes, please, James Gunn. James Gunn.
There we go. Starfire.
I'm going to wait, keep this up here. James Gunn, I'm going to tweet at you. Is this mean that Megan Thee Stallion confirmed as Starfire in the new Teen Titans movie? Yes. James Gunn,
I love her.
Remember, the last thing he had to say was he had to comment on Dua Lipa as what was the character's name? Fishnets.
Black
Magician.
Canary?
No. Zatanna. Yes. Yeah. I couldn't think of her. I couldn't think of her name, but I remembered fishnets.
Hold on. There's one more picture. One more.
Yes, she is. Yes, Ashley.
Look at that on a comic book cover. Let's go.
I would totally be down for it. Degrassi says mother. Glenn
Megan Thee Stallion could do no wrong in my eyes.
Megan cinematic
let's
universe.
Get her twerking for the Titans. Let's go.
Anthony, yes.
Body yada 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 yada.
DL. The DL says no. Stop this right now. Why DL? Why? Let her do. DL. Get Megan Thee Stallion as Starfire, and then get that other who wanted to be Rogue? What was the
Keke Palmer.
Get Keke Palmer as Rogue and Megan Thee Stallion as Starfire.
Oh, people will lose their minds if they put her as Starfire. I agree. Where is it? I just saw it. Sean Hickman. People. Hey, where is it? People. God damn you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
People lost their minds when she was on She-Hulk. I
did too, in a good way. I didn't have, that was a great episode.
We're supposed to save it, DC, and not destroy it. You know how many fans she has? How many people will show up just to see her as Starfire? Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go back to the other one. Just saying. There we go. Hit the like button if you want to see Megan Thee Stallion as Starfire. Let's go. Get those likes. Smash that button, please. And
So-
DL is just a hater.
So Glimmercast Reyes says, "Happy Hoddyween, goalies."
Hottie
Wow,
Wing, let's go.
Hoddyween. Wow, okay, that's what it is
Oh
at my
God.
place.
Can you highlight the Grassies right under that?
Well, let me see. This is not enough to get George Perez.
This is
up
enough
out
to
his
get
urn.
George Perez out his urn. This will wake George Perez out the dead. Wake him up.
Mm-hmm.
Bring him back.
Ashley said, "Yes, I want Starfire, but not Megan Fire. Just her face and body, but her acting, her good acting. Kiki is Rogue." Okay. DL, you should post it on X. DL, you get a lot of engagement. It's your honest thoughts. Put please no on X, and you'll get lots of engagement.
Oh, just to highlight this from DL's partner. I still have this. DL has no heart. I still have it. DL has no heart. Just saying.
All right. I have one more topic. This is the Power Hour. Let me bring. Oh man, too many ads, Joe Blow. This is interesting because this is actually a horror movie that I've watched before I was in the horror movies. So apparently, 28 years later, Part 2, The Bone Temple, has wrapped production.
Good.
So there are. Let me understand this right. So 28 years later and 28 later's Part 2 have wrapped that.
I guess they filmed both parts at the same time, which is amazing.
That's really interesting, and that's great. I love the franchise. I actually really want to get 28 weeks later on VHS. Or 28 days. Yeah, 28 days later on VHS. I'm sorry.
Yes. I do want to do something before we talk about this.
Okay.
Just in I want to do a homage to DL. I am Brucifer, and this is my life. Oh, sorry.
That's great. That's great.
Part 3.
Danny Boyle and screenwriter Alex Garland. Alex Garland, I remember that name. Did he do a lot of the sci-fi movies?
Yes.
They have finally reunited to make a sequel to their zombie, or if you prefer, infected people movie classic. The sequel is set up at Sony. It's called 28 Years Later, and it's meant to launch a whole trilogy of 28 Days Later sequels. In fact, when producer Andrew McDonald confirmed that filming on 28 Years Later had wrapped back in August.
He did Ex Machina, which I loved. I love Ex Machina. That is a movie you haven't seen.
Alicia Vikander. Yes.
I think he did Civil War, Men, maybe.
Well, when they wrapped 20 years later in August, he followed up with saying that they were about to start working on the second chapter in his trilogy. Boyle only planned to direct the first one. For the second film, he passed the helm over to Candyman and the Marvel's director, Nia DaCosta. Last week, cast member Ralph Fiennes said that the first two movies in the trilogy have been shot, and now the industry scoopers at Film Updates have been able to confirm that the second movie, which is apparently going to be the title 28 Years Later Part 2, The Bone Temple, has also wrapped production. That's amazing. This is great news for the franchise, for horror fans, for zombie fans, because 28 Days Later has those fast zombies. It's a little different. It's not Walking Dead for 10 seasons. Yes. They can't do 10 seasons.
Walking Dead alone.
All right. I like Walking Dead, but it's different. You're not going to get 10 seasons out of this.
Woo.
Oh, wow. 2 members today. Awesome.
Yes.
Supporting the Power Hour. Ashley and Rhea. Nice.
Thank you.
Okay. So, all right, let me see. Britain is 28 years into this terrible plague of infected people who are violent, rabid humans with a few pockets of uninfected communities. And it centers on a young boy who wants to find a doctor to help his dying mother. He leads his mother through this beautiful northern English terrain. But of course, around them, hiding in the forests and hills and the woods, are the infected. But he finds a doctor who is a man we might think is going to be weird and odd, but actually is a force of good. In addition to Fiennes, the cast 28 years later includes Jodie Comer, the bike riders, Aaron Taylor Johnson, the Fall Guy, and Aaron Kellyman, the Falcon, the Winter Soldier. It also has been said that 28 years later, star Cillian Murphy returns in a surprising way. So this is great. I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks to their deal with Sony, each of these new films will be receiving a theatrical release and will have budgets in the $60 million range.
Wow, that's
28
great.
years later, had a budget of $75 million. That's great.
I'm definitely looking forward to this. I love zombies. I know some people are zombied out, but I love zombies.
There's no zombie fatigue. There isn't. Zombie fans show up no matter what. You just got to do something fresh. What I keep saying. Yes, please smash the like button. So the film is scheduled to reach theaters on June 20th, 2025. That's not that long from now.
Yeah.
So it's great to hear that you're going to at least get 28 years later part 2. You're probably getting the trilogy. I would be surprised if it doesn't. And honestly, when they're about to start the release, they're probably going to start going into filming the end of the trilogy. And who knows, that might spin off into TV shows or whatever. There's life in this franchise. What's that, Bruce?
I'm laughing at DL. Are you sure there's not zombie fatigue?
Zombies
I'm having DL fatigue on this stream. That's what I'm having.
Zombies are slow. But if you go to zombie fans and horror fans, they're not fatigued by watching zombie content. It's just got to feel fresh. You just got to deliver something that's not the same. It's not exactly zombies. I know.
I just started watching
Infected.
I just started watching the Daryl show, the spinoff of Walking Dead, and the zombies have acid for blood now.
Really?
That's exciting.
I got to catch up on that series. We should have watched that when you were here.
I
haven't been watching The Walking Dead.
You did see some episodes of Agatha all along. What are your thoughts on what you've seen in the episodes you watched?
It feels fresh and exciting. It's great, not just for superhero fans and comic fans. It's like if you like witches. There's a lot of people that like witches. It's got great horror vibes. It's fun. Sexy. It feels fresh, sexy, and fun. From the little I saw of it, I gotta catch up. My wife likes it, and that's what you got to deliver. People don't want just the same old anymore. You gotta be sexy, fresh, and fun.
And
it's not that hard.
And Agatha all along is beating expectations with ratings, and it's become like the second highest rated show that Marvel has put out.
DL says it's all right. The Walking Dead is just Z Nation now. Z Nation was better. I watched the beginning of Z Nation. I never finished it. I was getting bored by it. Is it good? Is it good? Did it get really good? Ashley says, "Sexy?" ? Excuse me? ?
Explain the sexy to them from Agatha all along.
Listen, Katherine Heign and Audrey Plaza have never looked better. They have a lot more to offer than just their sexiness, but I think men and women are sexy, and sex sells, and they're not. I think we have to get to a point where we got to stop criticizing people. I'm not saying you are, Ashley, for being sexy. If you're confident and progressive and you want to show you're sexy, that should be applauded. Audrey Plaza.
This is a sex positive.
Yes.
Sex positive.
Body
show,
positive.
Sex positive show.
Sex positive also. Body positive. There's this weird part of being a progressive person.
Get that body count up, y'all. Get that body count up.
Where I think not all, but some people, and I'm not even suggesting Ashley's doing this. I'm saying some people say you got to tone down the sexy to no. I think being progressive and body positive and sexy positive is when people want to be sexy and they want to show it off. You applaud it. Audrey Plaza and Katherine Hahn, what I saw of it, they were eating up those scenes. They were giving it to you. They were in the character. They were delivering it, and that should be applauded. It's on their terms, I didn't see the whole series. I didn't see the whole series.
Penguin's amazing. Penguin is probably one of the best streaming show. I like Penguin more than I like House of Dragon.
Okay, so this stream took a drastic turn. The only thing sexy was when they almost kissed and they said, "I'm into the bad boys" in the latest episode. Samir says, "Fake news, Max. No progressives are criticizing people for being sexy. They're criticizing the people who make weird comments about it. I do know for one thing, in entertainment and movies and video games, there is a trend to desexualize characters and storylines sometimes, and ladies and men."
Don't go there, Max.
No, there is.
Yes, you want. I'm sorry, we can't have big boobs and stuff made for kids.
And bulge. I'm talking about Namor's bulge. That's natural.
What?
They photoshopped his bulge out of the Namor poster. That's not body positive. There's a trend to this. There's different variety of people. There's different body types out there. And I think it is. I'm not saying everyone's doing it. I notice a trend, in my opinion. You might say I'm wrong, and I'm not for that. Of course, I don't want younger people to be subjected to like over sexualized, of course, but desexualizing is a thing. I think that's fine. She does it for me. She does it for a lot of people.
People that are complaining about this whole topic, they're not playing the games. They're not watching the shows. So they just don't lie and complain. Ridiculous. Like, what was that game? Blade? What was it? Stellar Blade?
Mm-hmm.
People complain for weeks. They just put it behind a paywall, and these morons went out and bought these costumes so they could see more skin. Idiots.
That's a lot. That's fine. Okay. Why? Because I don't think it needed to be that way,
I don't know why we're talking about Mexican penis, but Max is. I disavow. I'm not talking about Mexican penis.
I think men should be able to feel positive in their swimming trunks too, and not feel self-conscious. It's natural. It's not like it was flopping around like Watchmen, Dr. Manhattan.
Was it flopping around?
It was secure.
Did they
secure in his
did they change it? Did they change it during the movie? Do you remember? Were you staring at his name?
I was, because I heard about the news about the de-emphasizing the area, and it was a little distracting. Yes. It's not like it was not like it was flopping around. It was secure.
Don't look at me. I didn't bring this topic up.
It was secure, and men need to feel positive about their bodies too. And that's what
I'm we got a super chat. Voltaire, it's $4.99. Just two fellas talking about a fishman's bulge. Tremendous content, gents. Thank you, Voltaire.
Thank you for the support, Voltaire. And the mic drop should be back this Friday. I'll look for a guest. This conversation needs to end now. Don't make it weird. I'm not making it weird, I don't suggest you do.
Coming soon,
I am working on my body. Calendar. I am working on my body and health status. I'm getting healthier, and I plan to go on the beach.
So unhealthy.
I'm planning to get my Namor Speedo and go to the beach.
Sorry.
And feel comfortable with myself. I found a punching bag that I'm probably going to pick up tomorrow for a cheap price, so I could lift weights, do the punching bag, do the bike, do the elliptical.
Yes, we are, Blue Jay. Yes, we are.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Blue Jay. And Blue Jay, if you would be so kind as to plan some extra games for Saturday, because I am getting together some giveaways for To the Max is going to be a big stream this Saturday. And really? Bruce, are you available? I forgot. I shouldn't put you on the spot here, but would you be available at 6 p.m. this Saturday?
6 p.m. Saturday?
Yes.
I do not know. What are you doing at 6 p.m. Saturday?
Well, I forgot to even ask Rhea, but I got Cyrus. We're going to bring back the Have You Met series. I was going to try to look out for another guest, but I was thinking about doing something Saturday. I got to talk to you, Rhea, behind the scenes. I have Cyrus, and I was hoping to have the tape hunters live or pre-recorded. Me, you, Rhea, and Cyrus talking about collecting and things like that. Maybe I was thinking about that. I wanted to get.
Don't you have stuff to do this weekend?
I'm doing it today.
I don't think you have time.
Right after, no, I do. Right after the stream, I'm going to be working on my room.
Don't forget the 5th is
yes,
approaching. It's Tuesday.
Don't worry. I will get it done.
I don't know about this stream happening.
Yes, it will. It will. I'm getting a lot done today. Today's trash day. DL is also promoting a spoiler stream Thursday or Friday. Cool.
Yes, for Venom Last Dance.
Cool.
Ooh,
besides the movie spoiling itself.
I just got my New York Comic Con exclusive today in the mail.
Okay, cool.
Absolute Superman #1.
Awesome.
Ashcan. And if you open it and flip it around, it's Absolute Wonder Woman on the other side. Signed.
That's really cool.
Signed. So pretty cool. Signed by Jason Aaron.
That's awesome, Bruce.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rhea has a question for everyone in the chat, and the Power Hour panelists. That means me and you, Bruce. Rhea wants to know, what are your plans for Spooky Ween? Planning to spend it with my wife. Probably watch something together, get some good food, some treats. Try not to think about the other stuff going on next week too much and focus on having a good time. That's my plans. I'll probably call Bruce.
I will be having a good time this week. Probably getting a couple of scary movies, go out to eat, and celebrate before the world ends next week. I'm kidding. But in all honesty, no matter where you land on the political spectrum, please go out and vote. No matter who you voting for, voting is a fundamental right that we have, and everyone should do their civic duty and vote. Don't sit this out. That's all.
I would say people have reasons not to as well, but if you are interested in it, now is a very pivotal time in history. That's all I'm saying.
And
if
I would say this,
there are people that can use your support right now.
And if you don't vote, I don't want to hear you bitching for the next 4 years.
I think people have the right to bitch no matter what. Because
you don't vote.
No, there's people that don't want to contribute to the system that's contributing to what's happening in Palestine. And there's people that have valid reasons.
We're not going in specific.
No, I'm just saying, and I understand that, and that's your right. That there's not voting is also a stance too if you have a reason, and I respect that. But there are people that can use it right now, and there's people that feel that are being supported by some of these candidates. So
you go write in whoever you want. I went to vote 2 days ago, and someone
right in the Kingdom of Nerds,
and someone screamed out, "Yay, I just wrote in Howdy Doody." I'm like, what? Well, write in who you want, vote for who you want, stay home.
DL, you better look at that. Working on spending with DL, maybe. DL, you better lock that down. You better lock that plans down.
Stop playing them on.
I'm joking. All right. Talati says, great video today, Bruce. Was that your unboxing?
Yeah, my unboxing video.
I retweeted on X.
My unboxing.
I retweeted on X. I just didn't watch it yet, but I will. Okay, Sean says I already voted. There you go. And don't listen. Honestly, I respect what Bruce just said. If you feel the need, go out. But don't hold it like any one person's going to change your lives. We have to do things for ourselves too. But yes, it's not going to. Don't get depressed because no one person's going to change everyone's lives.
And besides, tonight's stream, in all of Halloween and monsters, I will be giving away maybe 1 or 2 comics, but this is definitely being given away today. Godzilla.
Oh, I thought that was for me.
No, you're not getting this.
Oh.
So make sure you're watching tonight. Some point during the stream, I will give that away.
All right. So that's it for the Pow Hour. If you're watching on the replay, let us know in the comments section. Go subscribe to my good pal Bruce, the King of Nerds, the Kingdom of Nerds. There's a lot over there. And if you're watching on the Kingdom, I would appreciate it too. Appreciate you supporting both of us. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment. We'll see you soon.
See you
check out Bruce's stream for tonight.
9 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, who's ending it? I was expecting you to press the button. What are you doing? I was expecting you to press.
I'm professional, Mac. I'm professional. And this is our stream. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Good night, Dial.
How do I end it? No, it's not ended. How do I end it? It says play outro and end stream.
Max is the worst. You really are.